Hey guys, I recently had the pleasure to work with the guys over at Redwirez. If you don't know about them at all, they specialize in impulse responses for guitar cabinets. So in other words, they, recreate the sound of a specific guitar cabinet for you to, load up into your plugin, and you basically sound like any amp you want to sound like. So they hired me initially to write a series of short guitar bass clips that are going to be up on the website, and they showcase some of the tones that you can get from using their big box modern classic series. And they were kind enough to allow me to share some of those riffs with you guys. So here's the first riff. This one was written based on the request for me to come up with something that sounded like Hail to the King from Avenged Sevenfold, like that kind of style. It's kind of just like a straight up kind of meat and potatoes type of riff. Very, Metallica Black Album inspired. I think so, at least. You be the judge, and if you want to learn it, you can grab the free tabs. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Thanks. Anyway, here are the specs, if you're into that sort of thing. I started playing around with some of the tones and wound up going with a set based on an older model PD5150 4x12 cabinet, loaded up with 4 Sheffield 1200 speakers, and I wound up stacking 2 of those impulse responses inside the Mix IR3 plugin from Redwirez, and I just put 2 impulse responses per guitar track. So if you see what I did here, I stacked 2 impulse responses in the plugin. I wound up using an impulse response with the microphone being aimed like 45 degrees off axis from the capsule, but it's right up against it. And then the second one was about 2 inches away on axis. What I think is pretty slick about this Mix IR3 plugin is that you can actually pull in, here I'll show you guys, you can pull in a module, like an IR module. And granted, I don't know exactly what all that means, but basically you can, let's take the 5150 again and just drag it into the plugin. And what's cool is you have this little gear right here that you can click on, and opens up this window, and you can actually adjust microphone distance settings, microphone choices. Like, there's a ton of stuff to work with here. Super, super cool. I'm still learning all this right now, but I forgot where my actual settings were for this, but it doesn't matter. You can obviously see, you can have it towards the capsule, you can have it towards the edge of the cone, you can have it really far away. Super cool. Yeah, so I'm having fun with this. Big thank you goes out to Redwirez. I highly recommend you guys check out their stuff. The amount of detail that they go into and just how meticulous they were with the process of developing all of this stuff is super impressive. I cannot begin to do it justice by trying to describe it to you, so I highly recommend you just go to their website and just check it out. There's a lot of cool information, and you can get some free impulse responses while you're at it. So there you go. Take care.